Morning dear viewers, yet another edition of the Commodities Roundup. This is Akshaya Fashions. My name is Shiv Kumar and today is Tuesday, November 11th, 2014. Here I give a wrap up of the commodities complex and the fundamental news as far as the commodities go. First let me talk about the equities as far as Nifty goes. Nifty is now trading at around the 8400 mark. Overall looks positive. Buy on dips is recommended. Strong support is now seen at around the 8280 to 8300 mark and resistance at 8450. Buy on dips on every decline is anticipated and recommended at every dip to get into the market. Hold on to your buy positions. Book profits as and when you see profits. INR is trading at around the 61.50 mark. Strong support is now seen at 62 and resistance at 60.80. So the trading range is 60.80 to 62. Overall, as the US dollar gains in strength, other currencies around the world are weakening, but INR seems to be holding for the past few trading sessions. However, strong support is at 62 and resistance at 60.80, trading flat for the past few trading sessions. US dollar index, if you've noticed over the past couple of months, has been gaining in strength steadily and now trading at around the 87.5 mark. Last couple of trading sessions we saw some profit booking and some weakening in the US dollar, but overall it is expected to be positive and I can't rule out a 5 to 10% upside in the coming couple of months. This overall strength in US dollars is expected to weaken all commodities across the board and hence watch out for movements in dollar index and proportionately the INR on a day-to-day basis. As far as US equity markets are going, it is hitting fresh highs as also anticipated by the data that had come out overall very positive on Friday as far as jobs data is concerned, as also the other fundamental data are concerned on the housing stats and the consumer index. So overall news is buoyant and the markets, especially the equity, is in a buoyant stage and every dip is being bought into for fresh highs as also seen in the Indian bourses. Now we come to the individual commodities as far as the MCX is concerned. First I'll talk about gold. Gold is now trading at around the $1150 mark. Last week saw a low of 1130 and a high of 1178. 1178 came in on Friday on bouts of huge short covering and very good data that came out of the US. Okay, as far as the data came out from the US dollar also gathered in strength. Gold hit a high of 1178, currently trading at around the 1150, gradually declined from yesterday by around this $25. Current support is strong, seen at around the 1140 mark and resistance at the 1178 to 1180. So long as it closes below 1150, test of early last week's lows of 1135 and 1130 cannot be ruled out. Next major breakdown is below 1130. On the higher end, resistance is seen at around the 1175 to 1180 mark. However, we anticipate continued sell on rises to be the strategy, especially with the strengthening of the US dollar and major good fundamental news and data that are coming out from the US market, which is holding up the US dollar. Now overall on a positional basis, we still feel that gold looks a sell on rises for testing 1100 to 1075, 1050 in the days and weeks to come. So every rise could be opportunity to sell into the market. On the MCX, it's now trading below the 25,500 mark, sharply lower today by over 1%. Low of around 24,433. Now support is seen at 25,400 and 25,300, which is expected to be tested in intraday today and tomorrow. Resistance is now seen at 25,650. On a positional basis, 25,800 is the resistance or stop loss to be maintained for a final target of 25,000 in the coming trading sessions. Sell on rises for gold is recommended, as also in silver. Silver is now trading at around the 15.50 mark and expected to test the support of 15.3 and 15.1 in the days and weeks to come. And resistance is now seen at around the $15.80 mark. On the MCX, now trading at around the 34,300 mark, lower by about 1% today. Resistance is now seen at 34,750 and support at 34,100 and 33,800, which is expected to be tested if the trend continues for further weakness on intraday basis. For both gold and silver, sell on rises is recommended even on a positional basis. gold for a target of 25,000 and silver for a target of 33,700. Gold stop loss will be 25,800 positional basis and silver stop loss on a positional basis is 34,750. Crude is now trading at around the 47.57 mark. Strong support is now, or the pivot is now seen at 47.50. A break will volumes below 47.50 could test supports of 47.20. Major positional support is at the 46.80 to 46.90 mark, which if broken by the end of this week could see further downside levels. On the flip side, on the higher side, strong resistance is now seen at around the 4800 mark. Weekly inventory data expected to be released tomorrow is expected to see an upside in the inventory which could hold the prices lower. In dollar terms of hitting low of 75 to 76 is now trading at around the 77.5 to 78. The test of the previous lows cannot be ruled out. Watch out for INR movements for moves in MCX crude oil also. Natural gas is sharply lower since yesterday after hitting highs of around 275 to 279 in fact in early trades yesterday morning is now slipped down to 260. Major amount of profit booking has taken place as also the fundamental news on the weather conditions in US is holding down the commodity. Currently below a break below 260 could see further downside to 258 and 255 with resistance at around the 268 rupee mark. Copper is now trading at around the 411, hit at a low of 410.35 in early trades today. Strong support or pivot is seen at 410. A break below 410 could only see next levels of 408 and 407. On the other hand, a bounce up could be seen if 410 is not broken, and strong buying could come in at 410 levels again for testing the resistance of 413 to 450. Strong resistance on a weekly or positional basis is seen at around the 417.5 mark, and a close below 410 could only be considered as the next amount of weakness for testing levels of 408.5 and 407.5, which are the next support levels. Nickel is now trading at around the 935 to 940 mark, precisely at 940 now. 930 is a strong support level and resistance at 950. Breakdown below 930 could see levels of 924 and 918. On the other hand, immediate resistance is at the 948 to 950 mark. No clear trend is visible at this point, although sell on rises is recommended for the time being, but it is not yet confirmed. To see as it's trading in a strong range move of 945 on the upside to 930 on the downside. A break either side could see the next levels being tested. As far as weekly call in crude is concerned, we are given sells at 4920 for targets of 4820, 4750 and 4700. T2 has been achieved at 4750. T3 is 4700. Book maximum profits as per levels given in our website and blogs and Facebook. Aluminium is now trading at around the 125.50 mark. We had given a weekly sell call below 126.50, which was a previous pivot, for testing levels of 125.25 and 124.80. Now it's down by about a rupee. Strong support is now seen at 125. Fresh buying could come at around the 125 to 124.80 mark. So keep booking profits at every dips that you see for sells accumulated at around the 126.50 mark. Zinc is now trading at around the 138.50 mark. Strong support is now seen at the 136.50 to 137. Next downside only a break below this. On the other hand, the resistance is seen at 140.50. Overall, lead mini also looks marginally positive among all the base metals. Currently trading at around 125.50 mark. Support is now seen at 123.80 to 124.50 mark, and resistance at 126.90. Yesterday we had given a buy call and hit a high of 126.40 after buys were given at 125.25 to 125.50. Now back to the same levels. 124.50 is a support and 126.50 is a resistance. For further updates, please visit our website at www.akshayashiv.com and visit our Facebook at facebook.com/Lotus Advisory Services. Have a safe and profitable trading day. Thank you.